What does proficiency look like? This week's guiding question is, what is considered good writing in the intermediate grades? In this video, you have the opportunity to see how I look at my student papers and how I identify if they are grade level appropriate. I am looking for what I taught them and did they take on the learning. I first look at the content. If the student has not answered the prompt, then I do not go any further in identifying grade level proficiency. However, I will use the paper for the student's strengths. As for what they need to be grade level proficient, their next step is to know how to answer the prompt. As you view these examples, look at how the student answered the prompt, the details, and elaboration added. Keep in mind you are only looking at content here. After I look at content, I look at organization. Does the writer understand that writing has to be organized for a reader to understand it? I teach my students to write with a topic sentence and a 3 main idea sentence. For example, it could sound like this: Paris is an amazing place to visit. If I ever had the chance to go to Paris, I would want to go because of the wonderful food, the scenery, and of course the shopping. The reason I teach the students to write with 3 main ideas in the introduction is to help them organize the rest of the paragraph. I tell students the order in which they wrote it in the introduction. That is the order in which it is written in the body of the paragraph. Each main idea is restated in the body and then given a detail plus elaboration. This is also where transitions are taught. Connecting ideas is a big part of an organized paragraph, and using a variety of transitions can enhance the paper. Just starting out, use the basic transitions, such as first, next, and last. However, you would want to move into more elaborate transitions, such as transitions with voice, moving on, to point out, let me explain, and so on. After I look at the content, the organization, and the body of the paragraph, I focus on the conclusion. The conclusion will look differently for different grade levels. For example, for students in grades 1 through 4, the conclusions might say something simple like, "Those are the reasons why Colorado is my favorite place." But let's say we're talking about grades 5 or 6. You will want more from your students. The conclusion will tie all of the ideas back together, and it might even be restated differently. An example of this might sound like, "Colorado is my favorite place because I can go downtown to watch a game, visit our state's amazing Denver Zoo, and head to the majestic mountains." The last thing I look at is the grammar and mechanics. As you read your students' papers, you will find that they have unlimited possibilities in reaching their audience with the wonderful content they write. However, it might not make sense. The writing will have mistakes such as subject-verb not matching, tenses all being used at one time, endings on words are absent or non-existent, like the ing or the ed, and lack of punctuation. All of these mistakes fall into the category of meaning. The ultimate goal of writing is to make sense. However, kids struggle with making meaning in their writing. It is our job to support them with these challenges, and knowing what they need help in will move them towards grade level proficiency over time. Don't be frustrated if you don't see what you taught the first time they write. Take a moment to look at this below grade level example. You will model many times, and students will grow in their writing over time. I have created resources that sum up grade level acceptance that could be used at any grade level. Look for them on the Explore page.